What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today. What we're going to get into is Bitcoin on the monthly time frame as well as some altcoins. So we're really going to take a big picture view. Each candle here is going to represent 1 month, and we just recently here for Bitcoin set the monthly high or low. So the main areas that we're looking at now, this is going to be our candle from April. Our low was $74,000. Our high was roughly $96,000. So the main area now that we need to stay above for this next monthly candle in May is going to be that $74,000. That's the all-important area. Because so far, guys, so good here. If this can be our monthly high or low, we had a nice bullish engulfing candle. The only thing is it came on a little less volume. I would have liked to seen this candle on heavier volume. But so far, so good. As long as this area holds like we've talked about, monthly high or low set, no problem at all. If we take a look at our money flow, our Chaikin money flow, we're at a positive 0.23 on the monthly time frame, so no problem there. Lazy bear squeeze, we're in the white, so a little bit more neutral, and our MACD on the monthly time frame is still good, so no problems there. Overall for Bitcoin, guys, this is going to be a big area for us, this $100,000. We've flirted, we've tested a lot with it, we got above it a little bit, we dropped below it, but that $100,000 marker has been a huge area for Bitcoin. So this is where we really need to power up, get that bigger volume as we set this monthly high or low and go up and attack that previous all-time high of $109,000. So far, Bitcoin, everything's looking good. I would say besides the volume being a little bit less, other than that, just sit back and be patient here, guys. We want to see if we can get that next leg to the upside around that $130,000 to $150,000 if the bottom's in here for us and we can hold that $74,000. Next one we're going to take a look at is Ethereum. And this is going to be on the monthly time frame as well. On the monthly, we had a doji candle, so this potentially could be a bottom for Ethereum. I'm not going to say it yet, but just from reading charts and the time that I've spent in this space, guys, this potentially, with all the fear and all the negativity, we've had 5 months of downside, and then we have this doji here. So now we need a monthly candle that's going to be strong on heavier volume, and that may show that we could get back up to some of these higher levels, maybe that $3,000 area, that 2,800 that we spent so much time around and battled with. That potentially could be the next overhead resistance if we can get this move going to the upside. Only thing is here, the Chaikin money flow is not near as good as Bitcoin. We're at a 0.01, but with all the fear and all, the negative sentiment that you've had around Ethereum, guys, we could potentially be getting close to that bottom. So we want to hold on this next monthly candle. $1,386 is going to be our low. Then our high was $1,971 is an area we need to look at as overhead resistance and try to get up through. So that's going to be Ethereum, but typically when Ethereum drops this hard, guys, it's going to get some type of recovery. Even if it's just a bear flag out of here, it still could potentially recover up to that $2,800. So it could be a nice play down the road here. You're going to definitely keep an eye on it for Ethereum, especially with all the hate and everything that's been coming around. Next one we're going to take a look at is Cardano. And just let me know down low what coins you'd like to see. So for Cardano, we're at about 71 cents right now. Really want to step back and take a look here. Main thing, guys, we want to hold this monthly higher low because this still is higher than our previous low of that 28 cents or so, 29 cents. So we need to hold this area now, and this is going to be 51 cents is the all-important area for us, and that's going to be to the downside support. To the upside now, we got some work to do. We need to get up above 75 cents, and then it's going to be this huge area that we failed at a few times, and that's going to be up to around the $1 to $1.25, $1.30 mark. You can see it back in here. You can see it here, how much we fought with it back in the day. This has just been a major area. If Cardano can clear in the future here, this $1.30, that's where we could really open the door to test the previous all-time high because we dropped so fast and hard on the backside. Sometimes you make it up on the other side, but it'd have to get through this overhead resistance first. Money flow, Chaikin money flow is going to be at a positive 0.01. Lazy bear squeeze is going to be in the white there, so a little bit more neutral. And our MACD, we are still to the positive on the monthly time frame for Cardano. Next one, let's take a look at Avax. And this will really help you guys just stepping back and taking a look at the big picture. So for Avax here, we had a deeper correction than I was anticipating. We had roughly about 4 months to the downside here, guys. And now what we need to do is hold overall to the downside, $14.47. To the upside, need to get back up above, it's going to be $56, and then it's going to be up to around that 66. And then same deal kind of with Cardano. If you can get through those levels, then you potentially can run up to those higher levels of $100 and then that 150. But right now, Avax still good amount of work to do. It's just, it's not alt season yet, guys. You know, I'm still anticipating that we're going to have that, but the Bitcoin dominance is still fairly high right now. Chain and money flow looking decent there at a 0.10. MACD, we did get a downside cross. We've been moving to the downside there in the lazy bear squeeze. We just fired off into the red. But this here just been more so lower volume. Next one we're going to take a look at. Let's see here, guys. Let's take a look at Link. So for Link, the big picture here, guys, we need to hold $10. We had a nice doji candle here for the monthly, and that came on about average volume. So if we can hold that area, we're going to go up and see if we can challenge this area. You can see my Lux Algo is just kind of pulling this area here as a potential sell area, or where there's a lot of overhead resistance, and that's going to range from $22 up to about $40. Same deal, trying to hold that higher low. If we take a look at the Chink and money flow, it's going to be a positive 0.08. Lazy bear squeeze starting to get a little move into the red here. So got to keep an eye on that. And MACD, we're still above the zero line, but mostly just moving sideways. Let's go to Hbar. Hbar around 18 cents. So for Hbar, on the month we went down to about 12 cents, 12.5 cents. Need to get over top of overhead resistance, going to be at 20 cents. And this one here, guys, I mean, this sell-off, it has been deep, and it's been a big percentage. If you take a look here and you go down, I mean, this has been 68%, but this sell-off has come on less volume. You had really big volume that came in here, and now you got less volume as it sold off, so it still potentially could go up and get a higher high. It just obviously could take some time, and we need to see that Bitcoin dominance drop. Next one's going to be Litecoin. It's at $89. And if we step back and take a look at Litecoin here, main area we need to hold, guys, doji candle. Again, a lot of these altcoins have had doji candles. We need to hold about $65 for support. Overhead resistance, we need to get through $150. We've tested it quite a few times. You can see in previous cycles we've tested that. If you can get above that, that's when you really start to move fast. Still a lot of work to do, but the nice thing about Litecoin here, the Chink and money flows at a positive 0.15, so one of the better money flows in terms of the altcoins as of right now. Lazy bear squeeze in the white, and then MACD, we are above the zero line there, still in the positive. So Litecoin, good money flow, but still a decent amount of work to do. Take a look at Pepe. So for Pepe, guys, bullish engulfing candle, and that's going to be on the monthly time frame, so that could be significant. We need to hold, and this is just going to be rough numbers, 5,411, and I'm not going to add all those zeros, guys, just going off the 5,411 there. That's going to be support, and then overhead resistance we need to get through 9,869, and then you can see how fast and hard we dropped here, as we potentially could have one of those nice recoveries and then an equilibrium on the monthly time frame. So we're just going to have to see here. Pepe, Chink and money flow, though, is at a positive 0.07, so decent there for the altcoins as we take a look at these. Let's go down through. Let's go to Solana. Solana at $150. And this has just been everything, guys, has been getting hammered pretty good here. So we're just trying to stabilize, trying to set a nice monthly candle for April like we did. This is a nice one. Need to hold the low of $95. Overhead resistance is going to be 157. If we can get through 157, then we're going to go up and challenge that 180. Chink and money flow still at a positive 1.18, so 18. Lazy bear squeeze in the white, been moving to the downside, and we did get a MACD cross to the downside, and I believe that's just because of how violent this move was. We were up around $300 and dropped all the way to $98. So, you know, guys, in this space, anything can happen, and we just have to be prepared for it. That's what it comes down to. And then we'll take a look at XRP. So for XRP, $2.21, had a nice monthly candle there. In April, our low was $1.60. We need to get over top of resistance there at $2.36. Then it'd be up trying to test some of these previous highs of over $3, about $3.07, and then up to around $3.40. We had a really nice move here, came on a lot of volume. The sell-off has been on less volume here, so that gives it a potential to have another move to the upside. Potentially, guys, or at least get a little bit back and challenge that $3 area. Chaikin money flow has been a negative 0.06, so we do want to keep an eye on that. Lazy bear squeeze, you've been in the green though, so kind of mixed signals here. MACD's been looking good. So overall, guys, I just think we need to be patient. If you take a look at Bitcoin dominance, we're still at about 64%, and on the monthly, just still climbing. So right now, you know, God only knows when altcoin season's going to come. Hopefully it comes soon, but we just got to keep an eye on that Bitcoin dominance. As of now, we need Bitcoin to stay afloat for us. So God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.